Hey y'all, good morning. A quick conversation, our morning AM ride on the way to work. So, a lot of topics that have been taking over our stream, our network is in regards to Kanye West. You know, I already did my take on that. The reason why it's coming back up because more things have transpired since I made my video as far as him getting canceled and stuff like that. But my video is not about him getting canceled because I think the canceling was a genius move in Kanye's favor. And you probably like how getting canceled is a genius move. Now he has no strings attached. He's free. The chains has been broken. It's just like this. Have any of you guys ever got a phone contract and you really didn't want that phone no more because the things that they was asking was ridiculous, but because you had a contract, you had to do what they was doing in order for you to not have penalties? Like, say you wanted to get a new phone. Oh, nope, it's not in your contract. Can get a new phone. Oh, the bill is so high, I don't want to go with you guys no more. Nope, you got a contract. If you break this contract, you got to pay us $300. Same thing with Kanye West. If he had brand new ideas that these companies was not in agreement with, he couldn't just put them out without having penalties. So now he is a free man, free thinker, free to do what he want to do. He has his own money where he can pay some small company to make shoes for him. He can pay some small company to do prints for him. He doesn't need Adidas. Unfortunately, he's at the state where he doesn't need anybody anymore. The reason why I say unfortunately, because for the industry that likes to keep them in control, that's why he's getting out of control, because he has realized that. So to me, I don't think that's a bad thing. The contracts has ended. But my problem is, I hope what he's doing does not go in vain in regards to the public that is listening in the community that he's trying to reach. In my opinion, he's trying to reach the African American community with hopes that things would change. But unfortunately, a lot of people that took a platform and stand end up having their lives taken. Okay, and things didn't change. As black community, within the black community, we got to realize that some cultures succeed because they stick together. I worked in the hospice community. I worked in the caregiving community. I worked in the hospital community. So I got to the privilege to see the background of how other families operate. So for an example, I worked with the Jewish family. The Jewish family stood together the most out of all the cultures that I dealt with. They had a more support team, should I say, not stick together, a support team. When I worked for them in a private setting, the Jewish community had people fly from out of state to support their loved one who was sick. They had family members come and bring them food, help them clean. Even though I was a paid caregiver, paid hospice support team for them, they still have family members helping me help them. Doctors, people with busy lives. This lady I worked with, her kids were doctors. They took off work to come make sure that their family was needed. And they lived out of state. One lived in New York. She would drive. She would catch a plane just to come take care of her family members. And then I worked with a Hispanic family. Hispanic families have a lot of support as well. Unfortunately, their support was kind of in a negative aspect because some of them would support each other but be fighting for who is in charge. But they still have support. Unfortunately, in the white and black community, it was not a lot of support. Even in the white community, you guys, when I was taking care of these people, a lot of white people would just pay and thinking that you're the caregiver, you do everything, we don't need to come around. That's what you paid for. In the black community, it was just no support. It was no support. Even when I would call to try to seek support, it was no support. Unfortunately, it was not. It was a lot of black families that the person was sick, living in the house by themselves, and I was mainly their family. I would be over their holidays and stuff like that. And unfortunately, in the white community, it was the same. So the thing of this conversation is, I hope what he's doing doesn't go in vain, that a change will come, and that he's not going to be the one trying to help this community and not be the one to take him down. Because if you look at Martin Luther King, you look at Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, excuse me, a lot of them was in the COINTELPRO, the targeting community, and they got targeted by their own people supporting and telling them where they at and where they go. So that's how they was able to get assassinated. Even in our community, I think I'm targeted because I was Kanye before Kanye was Kanye, meaning I was on a platform talking to people about getting together. Sandra Bland, Google her, she was an activist as well, and she was killed and hung in jail when they said she hung herself, and targeted. And I'm targeted more by my black community than any other race. Okay, and I think it's because I was speaking out against injustice and I was conducting peaceful protests, wearing shirts and stuff like that after Trayvon Martin. So that's my take on that. I pray that what Kanye West says wake people up to come together, not to go against each other, because that's what they want them to do. But other than that, you guys have a good day. Think about this. Think about what I said. Don't let this man doings go in vain.